Mm, me- so now, so now, I really want to think or discuss about this fucking idea. To be honest, that what the heck is this realm up really about, dude? Because for some freaking odd reason, when contemplating this realm of becoming, is the realm of becoming, or even fucking worse, the worst thing itself there is not really like becoming itself there. It's not really like becoming. It's about being bounded by a fucking being to being bounded to being bounded to creativity. To be honest, dude. Or to be honest, if you're a freaking human, kidity in this lower realm, to be honest, fucking thinking like if you're a freaking human, you're just stuck to be a freaking human. Of course, dude. Having this freaking meat suit, to be honest, dude. And not only meat suit, this freaking body is ridiculously limited. So yeah, and think about the universe itself is just the universe is basically feminine in a super duper in a super is super duper is duper in a super in a ridiculous sense of really in an inverted sense, to be honest. This fucking the feminine is so inverted and it's about, to be honest, there in the context of this universe. What do we learn about this freaking universe, to be honest, dude? Or not universe, but freaking realm, to be honest, dude. And people said that basically this realm is about this realm, or basically this earth is basically it's fucking school, dude. It's school, dude. It's about for learning and growth. But to be honest, I'm thinking itself that what is the point of this freaking growth, dude? What's the point of the What's the point of the concept of growth? Because that only applies to freaking soul, not the spirit, because the spirit is already perfected enough, dude. And one is also thinking about the idea of the soul there. I remember like watching this freaking video about reincarnation. That there's like freaking some spirits, I don't know, like entities or basically this freaking sentience itself that basically come and said that, hey, you really need to go, my dude. And it's basically that guy there is basically being the guy or the soul is being coerced freaking like reincarnated. This freaking stupid, man, to be honest, dude. It's just freaking dumb, to be honest, dude. And really, like, freaking, like, what's the point of growth or the concept of growth? Yes, growth is learning, but in this context of the realm, you earn growth by unironically, like, freaking, like, suffering and such. And that's not growth, that's regressing. And I said, that's regressing. It's regression, to be honest, dude. And even a freaking much worse there. What's the really the point of that stuff? If you know, the sage is basically an idiot, to be honest, dude. Sage is an idiot, to be honest. They unlearn stuff. Or basically, they unlearn stuff. They are actually in the process of unlearning knowledge, to be honest. Unlearning knowledge in a nutshell. Basically, the idea that basically like growth or this freaking unnecessary knowledge is freaking worthless, to be honest, dude. And it is just basically said it is for the growth of the soul there, but really the freaking for really like why the heck are we abiding the soul as if why the heck we're abiding the soul if we're literally eternal spirit? I remember it were basically fucking spirit, to be honest, dude. It's perfected. Is soul some kind of device? Like is soul some kind of device or something that basically like dupes us to be this freaking realm? Or basically just the two of us there to be stuck in this realm instead of we being into freaking pleroma, to be honest, dude. Just forget the freaking existence of this freaking realm, to be honest. In this realm, I'm fucking bored. And this fucking suffering and boredom, to be honest, dude. It's suffering and boredom, to be honest, dude. In that context, there's just nothing to do, to be honest, dude. Except for writing and art, of course, and drawing. Writing and art, of course, but besides, it's just so freaking boring, to be honest, dude. It's a mind-numbingly fucking this boredom is just very being jaded, to be honest, dude. Even though I'm basically 23 in a nutshell. No, I'm 23 I'm 22, I mean 22, but it's just this round is just freaking like freaking into soul rot, to be honest. Not brain rot, but soul rot, dude. Not soul rot, the spirit, probably the spirit rot, to be honest, dude. About was said about the universe itself there, that its name should be freaking limitation. limitation, corruption, and regression. Limitation, corruption, and regression. As said, I said it before about the concept of growth, or basically like progression is this reality is just basically regression in a nutshell. Regression in a nutshell, in the feminine sense, to be honest. There, when you see like everything is just basically dead, they're dead or just dying. They're not progressing. They have the illusion of progression, to be honest, but everything will just cycle to freaking atrophy there. The really like beautiful fucking basically this child there, there's a really like fucking pure, then will get corrupted itself there, and eventually will die of old age there. Rinse and repeat and rinse and repeat there. If we think itself about the concept of dharma or logos of this reality, which is freaking logos or basically logic in this reality, and thinking about like fucking like in theology itself, they're not theology, but basically we are growing for good, or basically we're progressing in a good sense, to be honest there, that ideas like grow and grow and grow there, and this basically everyone. But to be honest, is that growth really in a good sense, in a good sense, or in a bad sense, to be honest, dude? Because as a concept progress itself, as a concept progress, the more that you will see, the more that you will see that basically the darkness, as basically this fucking realm envelops, to be honest, is just much bigger than the fucking light, dude. It's just fucking tantamount, dude. It's really sad. And also, as well about this idea, the idea, as I said there, that this realm should be named limitation itself there. The limitation there, limitation and regression, and basically regression itself there, regression and corruption. If you know basic, if you know basically the idea there about Chuangzi there, it's basically just a watching pages about basically like Taoism, to be honest. The idea that basically like the Taoists basically like really freaking criticize, their freaking confusions, because to be honest, everything is just good in itself there, and just basically the society just basically like conditions them and reinforce them, and they become like much more evil, not really like evil, but basically more attuned in nature, as what you would expect a man of nature would be, or freaking like savages, to be honest, a savages is. That's basically it. The spirit, yes, is basically perfect itself there, or the spirit come to this realm and thinking he's freaking the ego itself there, and it's just freaking weak and puny itself there, even though it's weak and puny, even though it's really already perfect. And it's basically having this soul that's more like a freaking dog, to be honest, dude. More like a dog, to be honest, dude. He just have that. He just has that thing, to be honest, dude. For the rest of his lifetimes, with a nest, to be honest, dude. Like lifetimes, freaking plural, dude. With a freaking nest, to be honest, dude. Lifetimes about this freaking lifetimes, to be honest, dude. And he goes around there believing that basically his thoughts were actually his, even though it's really outside of his, to be honest, though. And basically being spoke by fucking stupid, like, fucking demons, to be honest, dude. I don't know, even the fucking demons, these demons, dark forces is saying this, fucking, is saying this and such there. In a sense, the spirit itself there is just basically being conditioned itself, being conditioned and reinforced, and then it became literally like it became regress, or basically diverted, or basically subverted to which idea I'd said before itself there, or basically the previous idea that evil is corrupt. Evil is not corruption, dude. Not corruption, basically evil is possession. In a nutshell, it's thinking or feeling that you are not that, to be honest, dude. And basically, good is freaking freedom. Good is freaking freedom. It's a being that you're being there, finally attuned to your actual being, and not basically like abiding to some fucking stupid rules there, or basically being freaking possessed, that being possessed that in your entire life, basically. That's pretty much it. That's basically my topic, dude. basically my topic there. And then this one, the second freaking topic is this basically synchronicity there. I remember it's up there when people like, whoa, it's freaking YouTube, it's YouTube, man. This is basically freaking like said that basically basically there's 444 666 777 like freaking angel numbers there, or God give you stuff, but it's just basically the freaking like algorithm just duping people there to believing in that thing. And there's some basically like not authentic there. I remember itself there. I was basically having like freaking like demonic attack there, a demonic attack, but basically they freaking like being attacked by freaking dark forces, of course there, and having like sixes there, and kind of thinking, oh, it's an angel number, dude. No, nah, dude. Nah, dude. Nah, dude. Your biggest culprit being attacked, dude. Being attacked by just basically just fucking synchronicity was being given to you. Just these props, to be honest, dude. So yeah, that's pretty much it, though. That's pretty much it. That's about synchronicity. This is really, really quick. Just to really discern and basically see the freaking point if that stuff there was yours there or not, dude, or the synchronicity was actually in your opinion or right, or actually like being duped. So yeah, you're being freaking duped there or being misled. That's pretty much it. So yeah, that's it. This just scales out the end.